good evening, and welcome back to Thorough Newspaper Analysis. Today is 29th of June, and this entire video series it's brought to you by LawSikho. So now let's head to the agenda for today. For today, the first segment is the editorial segment, and here we've taken up this article for our discussion, which is titled as Manifestly Arbitrary, Clearly Unconstitutional. See, here the author is trying to say that the recent move of the central government putting the control of Delhi's bureaucracy in its own hands. This move it is manifestly arbitrary and clearly unconstitutional. So, what are the reasons that the author has cited for the purpose of substantiating this particular statement? This is going to be our point of discussion. Second, we talk about news updates for today. And thirdly, we have a look at important legal developments of the day. So with this, let's dive into the TNA. And first, we talk about this article, which is titled as Manifestly Arbitrary, Clearly Unconstitutional. So let's start with the why of this article. See, in 2015, as soon as the Aam Aadmi Party came to the power in Delhi, the central government, it issued a notification. What was the notification? This notification, it put the control of the bureaucracy, the administrative services operating in the NCT, the National Capital Territory. The center put its control in the hands of the union government through the LG. As a result, this initiated an 8-year-long legal battle with 4 rounds of litigation before the Apex Court itself. And the result of this litigation was this, that last month the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Delhi government by holding that the National Capital Territory of Delhi, the NCT of Delhi, it has legislative and executive power over the administrative services operating in the NCT, excluding matters related to 3 domains, which is public order, police, and land. However, very recently, the central government, through the president, it promulgated or brought about an ordinance which amended a particular act. The name of this act is the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Act of 1991. So, what does this amendment translate to? See, it explicitly deprived the Delhi Legislative Assembly from enacting laws pertaining to services, the bureaucracy within NCT, and instead, this amendment set up a parallel body, a panel. So, this body is to be headed by the Chief Minister of Delhi, and this is going to have 2 bureaucrats. They would be responsible for taking service related decisions with respect to Delhi. The author is saying that if we have a very closer look at this particular ordinance, then we can see 2 justifications which have been given by the central government justifying this move. So, what are these justifications? See, first, the center is arguing that since Delhi, it is not a mere union territory, but it is national capital. So therefore, it requires balancing of interest between the elected Delhi government and the government at the center. Secondly, at the level of law, it was argued on the center's front that Article 239, capital AA, which essentially provides for the special status of Delhi. So this article, it itself gives power to Parliament to pass laws with respect to fields, including services that are normally within the exclusive competence of those states. However, the author is saying that these 2 arguments, these 2 justifications, they've clearly missed the mark. Why? Let's understand the fundamental principles first in order to arrive at the reasoning. See, today, the time that we live in, we don't have a police state any longer. Rather, we have a welfare state. What is a welfare state? Welfare state is more concerned with the policy making which are addressed to the concerns of the electorate, the people. So whenever a political party it contests an election in its manifesto, it has certain agendas. These agendas are considered by the people, and the people then elect a political party which in turn represents the concern of the people in the parliament or the legislature and concerned. And these the government elected, it has to form certain policies. So the vision and the policies which are formulated by the legislature, the elected government, how is it implemented? It is implemented on the ground by the bureaucracy. So therefore, the question of who the services, the administrative services, the bureaucracy is answerable to, it in fact becomes a very, very crucial question. So therefore, it is an utmost important concern that the bureaucracy of Delhi, it is answerable to the elected government of Delhi. Now, see, secondly, the May judgment of 2023, it promulgated, it established or it stated that there is a triple chain of accountability which is integral to representative democracy. So, what is this triple chain? See, it says that civil servants, they are accountable to the cabinet. And what is the cabinet accountable? The cabinet is answerable to the legislature, which in turn is accountable to the electorate. So this is the triple chain of accountability. Now see, the author is saying that this particular move of the center, it has broken, it has severed this triple chain of accountability. To address the center's argument of balance, the author is trying to say that this particular article, which is 239 AA, it itself has struck a balance of some sort. How? Because it explicitly deprives Delhi's legislative assembly and by extension the Delhi government from legislating on three subjects, three fields. What are these fields? Public order, land, and the police. So, therefore, by not giving the Delhi government what all other state governments enjoy, this particular article, it has already set out the balance between the interest of the representative governance and that of the national capital. See, secondly, the author is saying that this proposition of triple chain of accountability, this was highly reiterated by the Supreme Court in its judgment, and also the Supreme Court has held that this article itself, it promotes the triple chain of accountability. How? Because this article does not take away services from the purview and jurisdiction of the Delhi Legislative Assembly. In other words, the very structure of this article is designed to preserve the triple chain of accountability, where Delhi's bureaucrats, they shall be accountable to Delhi's government, and Delhi's government will be accountable to the legislature of Delhi, which in turn would be accountable to the people of Delhi. So the Delhi Services Ordinance, this has severed this triple chain of accountability by taking away the entire category of services from the jurisdiction of the elected government of Delhi and in effect placing it in the control of the central government. So therefore, the author concludes by saying that the Delhi Services Ordinance, it undermines the very principle of representative democracy that we take a lot of pride in and responsible governance, which are the pillars of our constitutional order. It is also manifestly arbitrary. Why? Because it lacks any determining principle that justify what it is. In effect, a wholesale transfer of the power from Delhi to the center. So with this, we proceed to the next segment for today. And now we proceed to the national news for today, with this being the first update. Senate approves rupees 56,000 plus crore for 16 states under Capex Scheme. The approval, it has been given under the scheme which is entitled Special Assistance to State for Capital Investment 2023-2024. The scheme, it is aimed at giving timely boost to capital spending by the state governments. Capital investment projects in diverse sectors, they have been approved, including in the sectors of health, education, irrigation, water supply, power, roads, bridges, and railways. Funds for meeting the state share of Jal Jeevan Mission and that of Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, they've also been provided to the states under the scheme for the purpose of enhancing the pace of the projects in these sectors. India ends Special Olympics 2023 campaign with a total medal tally of 202. India, it ends its Special Olympic World Games 2023 campaign by winning a total of 202 medals. This medal tally, it includes 76 gold, 75 silver, and 51 bronze, with the last of the medals coming from the athletics track. Indian athletes then notched 6 medals from the track events, and this medal tally of 6, it includes 2 gold, 3 silver, and 1 bronze medal. Government launches Nandi Portal to grant NOC for veterinary drugs and vaccines. Nandi, this will allow new veterinary drugs and vaccines to be approved and granted NOCs through a hassle-free process. The Central Drugs Standard Control Organization, which is India's national regulatory body, it lays down the standard for drugs and regulates the import, the manufacturing and marketing of all medicines and vaccines in our country, including veterinary drugs. But the permission for these activities, it is granted only after consultation with the Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Earlier, the system was manual, but now with the launch of Nandi Portal, the grant it can be provided online. UP launches Operation Conviction for cow slaughter child abuse cases. The UP Police Department, it launched Operation Conviction to combat criminals and mafias in the state. Authorities claim that the initiative it will expedite the prosecution of cases which are registered under the 2012 POCSO Act, as well as those involving cow slaughter, religious conversion, rape and murder. Operation Conviction it will ensure the immediate arrest of criminals, the collection of strong evidence against them, quality investigation, and effective representation of cases in courts so that they are punished in the shortest amount of time possible. President confers Distinguished Service Awards on serving retired personnel. President Draupadi Murmu, she conferred Distinguished Service Awards, including 52 Ati Vashisht Seva Medal, on 84 serving and retired personnel of the armed forces as well as of the Indian Coast Guard. The awards, these were presented during a ceremony that was held at Rashtrapati Bhavan. Ajay Bhatnagar, he is appointed as the Special Director in CBI. Senior IPS officer Ajay Bhatnagar, he has been appointed as the Special Director in the Central Bureau of Investigation. Bhatnagar, a 1989 IPS officer of the Jharkhand cadre, he is currently serving as the Additional Director in the Federal Probe Agency, and he's been appointed to the post of Special Director in CBI till the date of his superannuation, which is expected in November of next year. IIT Bombay, it breaks into top 150 in QS World Ranking. The Indian Institute of Technology in Mumbai, it has achieved its highest rank ever, breaking into the world's top 150 universities in the latest edition of QS World Ranking. This marks the first time in 8 years that an Indian higher education institution it has made it to the top 150 list with the Indian Institute of Science Bangalore previously achieving this feat in 2016 with a ranking of 147. Environment Ministry it gives final nod to Kalaignar Pen Monument. The Union Ministry of Environment it has granted the Coastal Regulation Zone clearance with 15 conditions for the Tamil Nadu government's proposal to construct a Muthmazai Arignar Dr. Kalaignar Pen Monument in the Bay of Bengal off the Marina Beach in Chennai. In its letter to the Public Works Department, the Union Ministry said that the zone clearance it was provided based on the recommendations of the Expert Appraisal Committee and the Tamil Nadu Coastal Zone Management Authority. And this has brought us to the last segment for today, which is the segment of legal news. Bombay High Court it directs the formation of committee to resolve problems of female lawyers, litigants and staff in Bombay in Maharashtra Courts. The High Court of Bombay it has directed a committee to be formed in a time-bound manner, which is within 2 weeks, for addressing infrastructural and security issues that are faced by female lawyers, litigants and staff in Maharashtra's court. The committee it has to conduct survey and submit its reports within 4 weeks. A bench of the court it directed that the committee shall comprise of the principal district judge, female representative from respective district bar associations, the additional collector from revenue and executive engineer from each district in the state. The name of this particular matter is Adalat Center for Paralegal Services and Legal Aid Society versus the state of Maharashtra. And this has brought us to an end of our TNA. In case you want to get access to the free study materials that LawSikho provides or the TNA slides that have been used in this particular video, please feel free to join our Telegram channel, and for the very same purpose, you may click on the link which is given in the description, or you may scan the barcode here. These are the point of contacts in case you want to get in touch with LawSikho. Also, the quiz that is based on yesterday's TNA, it is made available in the description of today's video. Please go ahead and attempt the same. And in fact, I would highly encourage all of you to do so. Thank you for being with us.